Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So this one is all about all sorts of different updates that are coming to the game. First, quickly on the 10th, which was yesterday, a couple updates came out. First, mostly importantly, the game filter. So now that if you right click on your little game thing right here, you'll be able to select filter and it'll get rid of all the annoying spam that comes from certain skills like fletching and herb lore and things like that. Some things it filters out, I think it would be better if it didn't, but it's still obviously a lot better. Changed the color of stamina potions. They added a lot of new things to the skill guides also, because there are a lot of things that were missing from there. And then just a few small things. You can no longer use that trick to safe spot Vetion, which is probably a good thing since it made it a really easy boss to kill, even solo. And we have a dev blog on Bounty Hunter and a dev blog on Artisan. And I guess I'll just go through them both with you guys today. Alright, so the first one I'm going to talk about is the Bounty Hunter dev blog. Now, this doesn't have a massive amount of actual content within it. It's more just really asking the community what they want the most and what they like the most out of Bounty Hunters. So they're sort of giving us the options of what would be best, or what we think would be best, and asking for feedback, really. So, so apparently, I really don't have much experience with Bounty Hunter. I never actually played it when it was out in the real game. So, I might not be the best person to talk about this. So I'm just gonna say what I can glean from this whole dev blog. Basically, apparently there were first Bounty Hunter creators, and then later there were Bounty Hunter worlds that replaced the Bounty Hunter creators. And with Bounty Hunter, you have a target assigned to you that you try to find and kill, or you can also just kill anyone else, and it's like a different style. And apparently you get a penalty if you kill someone that's not your target or whatever. But basically they're saying how they want to know whether we'd like creators or actual Bounty Hunter worlds better, or some other type of Bounty Hunter. And I'm assuming the actual drops would just be the same as PKing, like you get the person, whoever you kill, you get their items. But maybe it would be so that you didn't get the right items if you didn't kill someone that was your target or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. And so they basically want to add Bounty Hunter into the game without negatively affecting PvP worlds or the wilderness. So not distracting from those and just spreading out the PvP community too much. So basically they're really just asking for feedback from us in this dev blog, and they're keeping it pretty open, and nothing really, as they say, nothing is set in stone, and they really just want feedback from the community. So if you guys are really interested in Bounty Hunter, I would encourage you guys to try to contact Jagex, be it on this thread or through Twitter or whatnot, and just let them know what you would prefer the most within Bounty Hunter, whether you want creators or whether you want worlds or whether you want something completely different. But anyways, that's what they've said so far about Bounty Hunter, really just to sum it up. Alright guys, so heading over to the Artisan dev blog. I think this is the actually the third Artisan dev blog. And what's interesting to me is that a lot hasn't really changed. They've really more just added more of the same type of stuff to the skills. So I don't think it really solves many of the problems that people were having with Artisan, unfortunately. So I don't know. They're definitely saying that they still want to shape this and get it to be what the community wants and everything, but they said that they want to poll it soon, and I just think it's too soon to try to poll it. So they have still kept the idea of adding the new 5 types of resources, the 3 trees, the quartz, and great kayets, and those can be used to craft some new items. But they're still going along with the gathering and crafting tasks and everything from the artisan masters and all this stuff. With the artisan points, it's mostly just being able to block specific skills or specific tasks. And increasing the amounts of items for certain types of assignments and stuff like that. And this devlog really goes into a lot more detail about what you're going to be able to make with Artisan if this passes. So it goes into each type of skill, and I believe that you'll only be able to make all of these new items while you're on an Artisan task for them. So otherwise you won't be able to make them, so they'll be in pretty scarce supply, which may end up being a problem. I'm not really sure. It depends how many each person will be able to create on average. But goes into quite a lot of detail about through each skill, so I'm not going to try to go through all of this with you guys because it would probably go on forever. But the first thing is fish fillets. Now, I think they might be kind of grammatically confused because a fillet and a fillet are two different things that are practically the same, but a fillet is a boneless cut of fish, and a fillet is a boneless cut of meat. And like with McDonald's, there's like the fillet of fish, and I don't know, so it's all confusing shit. But they're thinking about having a new type of fish thing that you can make, where basically you can add herbs to it, and it will also have an additional effect on top of just the regular food. So when you add herbs to it, it'll have somewhat of the effect of the herbs. So You guys will be able to head over to this devlog. I have a link in the description. You can see exactly what each one will do. But like for example, if you add a Renar herb to the fillet, then it will give a chance to increase your prayer points along with healing the normal amount of health and everything like that. And you can do that for any type of food. So that's kind of a cool idea. You'll have mining and crafting carvings that give you a chance of receiving an extra ore when you're mining for the next 28 rocks that you mine. So that's pretty cool. Artisan tools are the same as we saw before, the ones that you can wield without any stats at all. That'll involve mining, smithing, woodcutting, and fishing. You'll be able to get totems, and what totems do is when you burn them, you get a certain effect, and you guys can check it out over here what all the different effects are. There's quite a few of them. And a new idea that they have is the two-handed crossbows. So you'll be able to make two-handed crossbows with fletching through Artisan, and presumably they'll be a lot more powerful than the one-handed counterpart. So they do have a higher max hit, they say, and they will have a requirement of strength to use them, which is kind of interesting. So you won't be able to use them as a range peer, I guess, but I think most range peers end up getting combat like melee stats anyways. There'll be slow burners, which are the things that allow fires to burn longer, which is involved with grinding up coal into fine powder and using it on the logs. And you'll give a little bit more fire making XP for burning them, and it also involves herb ore for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why, but I guess it's because you're grinding the powder or whatever. And combining runes, I don't think this will actually be too much of a problem for rune crafting if you're only able to do these on tasks, but there's some pretty interesting runes. I'm actually going to click on this one just so you can see. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see all this, but I will make sure that you can. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 different types of runes: elemental, crazed, planetary, healing, doom runes, and teleport rune. So elemental is just all 4 runes, all 4 elemental runes combined. A crazed rune is a chaos and a mind rune combined. A planetary rune is a cosmic and an astral rune combined. Healing rune is a law and astral. Doom rune is death and chaos. And teleport rune is 1 law, 5 air, and any 2 of the other type of elemental runes, which is pretty interesting type of stuff. And the highest level, the teleport rune requires 90 artisan and 90 rune crafting, so that's going to be a pretty high level one to be able to create. It's probably going to end up being very expensive, so that's what I'm kind of curious about, is whether all this stuff is actually going to end up being worth for people to buy, because it seems like you only make like a few hundred per task or whatever, if that's how it's going to work, and it'll end up being very expensive. So construction, you'll be able to make construction shortcuts that will allow you access to different areas. So bring faster access to certain areas. Actually, you can click on that and see where they are, because that's kind of interesting. Stuff like tunnel supports, granite. I guess these aren't specific to certain areas. They're just different types of things for getting certain areas. So they're not exactly sure where they're going to end up putting all these shortcuts. Skilling bracelets, you'll be able to craft these. It'll give you, let's see, what is it? Lesser, major, superior bracelets for a specific gathering skill, which will help you when you're on an artisan task. So it'll give you faster XP or faster resources or whatever while you're on an artisan task for certain gathering skills. So something I was missing, each artisan master has its own workshop, and they'll only allow you access to the workshop while you're on a task that needs it. And within the workshop, there's going to be like different things to craft on, including the rune crafting altars, where you'll only be able to craft the runes there. And you'll also be able to craft your own workshop in your player-owned house if you have the required construction and artisan level. And you'll also be able to make these figurines which you can place in your house, and will give you a chance to build an item without using the resources. So a little bit of money saved for construction training, which is kind of interesting. They're still going on with the weird clothing that has really bad stats. They say it's to fill in the holes in where there's not many mage robes. So I guess there's like wizard robes, and there's not much before you get to level 40 for the what are they called? The mystic robes of it. Mystic robes. I can't believe I forgot that. So that's why they're saying they have all this stuff. But there's also robes that increase your XP when you're wearing them in Artisan, and your Artisan points. But anyways, that's about it for this devlog, at least what they've given us so far. I'm kind of not really too impressed with what they've given us. I think that they should have tweaked with more of the basic style of the skill, because I think people are having more problems with that than with what specific items we're going to get out of it and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm still sort of on the fence. I don't think it's quite ready, and I think they should still tweak it a bit more to make it, I don't know, just a little bit. It's hard to pinpoint exactly what is such a problem with the skill, I guess, but I don't know. I mean, at this point, I honestly don't think that old school RuneScape really needs a new skill. I mean, people are already working on the skills in the game right now, and there's so many, like, it's still a very new game, so a lot of people are still just trying to catch up on the skills that are already in the game. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm not sure if it's going to pass or not, but I don't know if they're going to put any more dev blogs out about this before polling it, so I guess we'll just have to see. But that's about it for this video, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed. I will have a link to both of the dev blogs in the description, so you guys can head over and check them out for yourselves. I encourage you guys to look at the Artisan dev blog and click on each one of these little things and just read through it, because it's kind of interesting, all the different items that they've come up with as rewards. And some of them could be pretty good, and I don't think it actually will devalue many skills, just because you'll hardly be able to make any of these items, really, because you only be able to make them while you're on a task, and you won't be able to make that many at a time. The main problem I have with it, I guess you could say, is that you pretty much have to do Artisan before any other skill, because it involves almost all of the skills, and you do gain experience in all of the other skills that you use in Artisan while you're on Artisan tasks. So it's inefficient to do any 99 before Artisan, really, besides combat skills, which is kind of just frustrating, in my opinion. It's just kind of annoying. I mean, I guess it gets you some extra XP in the other skills, but it means that any 99 you've done right now is kind of a waste of time for you if you're actually going for max, because at least at probably 500k or a million experience or so in each skill you're gonna end up getting from Artisan. So we'll just have to see exactly how it goes, but that's it for this video, guys. I encourage you to check out these devlogs for yourself. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like these, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later, guys.